in my own work, I would hope to try to subvert what I think the expectations around those things. But whether I succeed is, I don't know. But the other question other thing embedded in your question is there is a notion that art and politics are two separate things, should be thought of as separate things. Whereas for me, the position that my art or anyone's art is apolitical is actually a political position. And very often the political position embedded in that is a satisfaction and reinforcement of the status quo. So I think that what you find is yes, there's been a lot of writing in Pakistan that has been responding to this kind of thing. And yes, it's dangerous. You know, I mean, as a novelist myself, I know when I wrote my first novel, Maud's work, about a bunch of drug-using Lahoris. It didn't have anything to do really with global politics. People said, "Oh, this is so irrelevant." And then I wrote my second novel, Drug and Fundamentalism. People said, "Ah, now you're pandering to the official Western conception." And then I wrote my third novel, and in a weird way, I wrote my third novel, and it's interesting what Denise was talking about specificity. I wrote my third novel with no names to sort of muzzle myself. To say, look, I don't want to be talking about Islam or Pakistan or whatever. I don't want to, how can I really look at what I'm saying without using stereotypical shorthand? I will describe something. I won't say it's a mosque or it's a Muslim. And then I'll see what it does and what it acts like. And that's my own way to try to fish out of myself some kind of honesty and disarm whatever internal pandering maybe is going on inside me. Every writer has their own way of responding to this thing. But that said, while doing this, I wanted to also, without having any names in the novel, I want to write something that was incredibly specifically about Lahore. So it was could be anywhere, but actually is exactly here. And I think for me, the reason for doing that was to say, why is it that a novel about Paris can be a universal novel, or that New York can be the universal city? Why can't Lahore be the archetype of the city of planet Earth? Maybe more cities are more like Lahore than they are like New York or Paris. And so I wanted to kind of assert an equality of universality, that you can write about this place and treat it like it's universal, just like you write about any other place. But these are all my personal reactions to what you said. I think it's different for every writer, but I think the issue you've talked about is something that many of writers I know feel and are grappling with.
I'm being told we can only have one more question. I thought we had 15 more minutes because we started late, but the next panel's waiting to come on. So whoever's got the microphone, you're on.
Is that me?
Go ahead, you're talking.
Hi, I'm Austin from Canada. So you mentioned the expectations of Western viewership and the privilege of Western critical circles. And I was curious what you guys think South Asian markets can do to challenge those so that we don't have that problem of Western privilege dominating our writers, or not, but being an issue regardless.
Denise?
Sure.